everyone, it's Desiree. We are here with our second Spellbinder video in our series, and today I'll be focusing on the Glimmer and regular embossing folder kit of the month for October. The Glimmer Kit is absolutely gorgeous, and it is called Bouquet Full of Joy. And the embossing folder, again, this is not the 3D. This is the regular, is called Christmas Tile. So I thought they were a perfect combination, and that's what I'm really enjoying with all of the clubs, because let me tell you what, Spellbinders has a buku of them, but they coordinate with each other, so I think that is awesome. And I think it's just fantastic. I am in love with, it's not my favorite, but it's right up in the top 5, Lumberjack Plaid from Mites Distress Oxides. And we're doing a little bit of ink smushing here. I'm drying, yes, it is the same color that I'm using. And yes, I am drying in between. By me doing that, I'm keeping the impression of the second dip that I did down into that ink. I wanted those splatters. I wanted those differences to go across that panel. Now I am going to set that aside like I did and let that dry. For the beautiful bow that's part of this, I'm going to put that on red cardstock, and I pulled from my stash red glimmer foil. The glimmer foil that comes with this month's kit is polished brass, I believe. And that I'm using for the large bouquet and the sentiment, and I'm going to choose Joy. There's 3 of them in this set for this month. I'm heating up my glimmer machine off to the side there, and anymore when I glimmer, it's the hinge method. It's whether I don't have to or not, I always do. Because I don't want the plate to slide. I love to create. I am also somewhat forceful when I create. And what I mean is, you know, I'm not ginger when I pull out my plate from my foil machine. I'm not ginger as I'm running it through my Platinum 6. I'm not, you know, ginger when I stamp with a stamp set. I perform CPR sometimes. I'm getting better. So I just don't want my plates to shift. I roll them through my Platinum 6 a couple times back and forth. So I don't want to get that double image. So that's why I'm always creating that hinge. So while they're going, yes, I forgot to put my plates on top, but that's okay. I remember. I have a piece of dark green cardstock that I'm going to put in, run through my machine, and it's a beautiful image that just goes to the background. I love embossing folders for that. I think it is they do a great job just putting that impression back there. Now, there's a lot of red going on here. So what I'm going to do to help with that, I mean, I love the tone-on-tone red bow. Love. I pulled out some of my color pencils here, and I'm going to color in the holly leaves, the poinsettia, the little tiny berries, just to give them some shadow, some color. I am not looking for these to completely stand out. I like the grunginess that this background is giving the elegance of the foil. Grunge and elegance are a phenomenal match for me. I know it's not for everyone. I know. But for me, it makes the elegance pop more when it's on a grungy feel or a grungy background. And just using these colors just to add that tint. When you look on it head on, you see these images, you see the leaves, you see the poinsettia. When you tilt it, the gold takes over. So you get one of those images that when you tilt it, you get this second look. The video or camera is not going to pick this up the way that you see. And I'm trying to tilt it so that you can see those differences, but it's just not, unfortunately. But that's what the effect I was going for. You tilt it one way and that gold glimmer just comes at you and takes over. And then when you bring it to front of you, face on, you see the image. You see those areas that you add color to. I didn't have oil overfoiling on my Joy Sentiment. I just had specks of the foil. So the brush wasn't moving it away. So I just pulled in an eraser just to wipe them away. And again, I usually always use a white eraser because it leaves no residue. It doesn't change my cardstock, but I could only find my sand one. And for me, that does. That changes the color of my colored cardstock, unfortunately. And again, it's just me. So I came in with a cloth just to wipe that down. I am fussy cutting this. I know, you guys very rarely see me fussy cut. But I'm just and notice I am moving the cardstock, not my scissors. My scissors are barely moving at all, maybe a ½ an inch each way. But it is the cardstock that I am turning, and the scissors are on an angle. They're tilted to the right. For a left-hander, you would tilt them to the left so that I can make it around these curves without bending up the cardstock. I think I forgot to say the cardstock that I'm using here is a Bristol vellum cardstock. I am a fan of the Bristol vellum for anything that I do. I am now going to die cut the sentiment. I love the fact that the sentiments look like faux wax seals. Stay tuned for that. And I die cut the bow, which looks great tone on tone. It just really stands out. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive to put my panel down on my standard A2 size card base. This panel was cut 4 by 5 1/4 so that I could have that white matte from the card base itself. I'm going to prop up this piece and set it on an angle. I'll be adding the bow just to the base of the bouquet. And then I'm going to add a foam square, and I'm going to put that where the bouquet comes together at the bottom. I hope you enjoyed this different technique and what's going on in my brain when I mix the grunge with the elegance of the foil. Okay? But I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some tips and tricks, maybe for something else, for another idea that you have. As always, the products that I used, mainly these 2 clubs and all of the other clubs, along with their gallery, to be inspired by so many others, will be listed down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, ring the bell, choose all. You have a better chance of being notified when one of my videos are ready or one of my series are ready for you to watch. And also, a few announcements. Yes. But most of all, enjoy your crafty time. Enjoy the art that you're creating. And I cannot stress enough, enjoy the process. Enjoy your process. Take the tips and techniques from so many others and make them your own. And remember what's always important for me. Always be creative, guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. Till then.